Ned Heads. Welcome back. It's the 5th episode of the Ned's Declassified School Survivor Guide podcast. This is Kirk. With me today, I've got...
Jacob.
And Trevor.
Trevor is here from the Drake and Josh podcast. He's here to join us for his first ever Ned pod.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, how do you feel, Trevor?
I'm feeling good. This is fun.
So you have seen the show, like, growing up? You watched it?
Yes, it was actually one of my favorites growing up, like, legitimately.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen it
be?
in years.
Yeah, in my opinion, it holds up a little bit better than the Drake and Josh show.
Watching the one episode that I did, I 100% agree.
Yeah, it's like more fast-paced and witty than the other one.
Yeah, it's like the writing seems like...
It's
It
tighter.
seems like it's better. Yeah, it's tighter.
Yeah.
There's less filler, obviously.
I mean, no hate towards Drake and Josh, but
There's
I
some
think
legendary episodes, some legendary arcs in Drake and Josh.
there for sure is, but I think it's a little bit more watchable.
This show.
Yeah, this show than the other one.
I agree.
Yes. So did you have any housekeeping that you wanted to take care of?
Housekeeping wise, I don't think so. I'm drinking a Pilsner from Green Bench Brewery in St. Pete.
What have you got?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I've got from Big Storm Brewing, Hurricane Party. It's a cherry watermelon sour ale, and that's my second one of this beer, but I'm a couple in already. So
Yeah, we've been drinking all day almost.
Yeah.
We already
Yeah, I had to
recorded a
work
Drake
today,
and Josh ep. Yeah, Kirk had to work, unfortunately. What are you drinking, Kirk?
So we've got all the way from Birmingham, Alabama, from Ghost Train Brewery. This is the Kaleidoscope Kettle Sour. So it says, I quote, Ghost Train Kettle Sour is a true to style ale that is naturally soured right here in Alabama using a healthy culture of lactobacillus. After souring, the beer is fermented on heaps of wild berries, leaving this beer tart and refreshing. No snozberries, cloudberries, or wang doodles were harmed in the making of this beer.
Snozberries taste like snozberries.
Yeah. So I don't know what berries are actually in it, but it is I like it a lot. It's very good.
It's good?
It's like sour. It's not too sweet, which sometimes sours can be too sweet.
You ever think about going to Alabama?
It's right on. Yeah, maybe one day. Who knows? It's right there. It's like right there. It's just as far as Georgia is.
Yeah, it's super close, but no one ever goes that way. Everybody goes through Georgia instead.
yeah.
What the hell are you going to do in Alabama?
You could go to maybe like an Auburn or Alabama game.
Or have sex with your cousin.
You could do that.
Ooh.
You could do some incest type deals.
No. The move is, what's the age of consent in Alabama?
Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm glad you asked. No, I'm just
They
kidding.
almost they were damn close to electing that pedophile senator. I think he was a senator.
Yeah, what, did he want it to be like 16 or something like that?
I don't know. I don't know much of it. Roy Moore, something like that.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway, yeah.
This is episode 5 of Ned's Declassified. I almost said Drake and Josh there. That's got me.
Yeah, the
Slipping.
Ned Pod.
This is the Crushes/Dances episode. So episode 5A, Crushes, 5B, Dances. And they actually coincide with one another.
Yes, they go into each other. Also, I want to shout out that it is now on iTunes. So you guys can listen to this on iTunes in the Drake and Josh feed. It's now the Harbor Boys feed, so they will be intertwined with each other. So if you like the Harbor Boys content, you have one feed to be able to subscribe to on iTunes. Go there, get the pod. You won't have to keep your phone on open when you watch the episode. So
That's nice.
yeah, it's clean. Abby got it all cleaned up and ready to go. So yeah, where does this episode start out, Kirk?
The backpack kid is back, and he keeps getting wrecked. I think he walks around a corner, and like someone opens a locker, and he gets nailed with it and knocked out.
Yeah, he's following around the lawyer girl.
Claire Sawyer, future lawyer.
Yes, he's following her around because he wants to ask her to the dance, or it's crush. It's his crush,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
yeah, he gets like hard, just hit square in the face with a locker door.
It looked like he had grabbed the locker and hit himself in the face with it.
I mean, he might have.
Maybe. But does he actually have a name? Do they ever say his real name?
No, he's Backpack Kid, 100%.
Just like Coconut Head's Coconut Head.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. That's middle school. That's classic.
That's middle school for you.
I mean, my middle school experience was very different. Like, I always loved Ned's Declassified, but I couldn't relate that hard because I went to private school.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your middle school because we've spoken about it a little bit in the past couple.
I was
episodes,
thinking earlier actually, like a part of the Ned's podcast, maybe like, you know, if we have a guest on, we're like start like, you know, what's your middle school experience? You know, get to know the guest a little bit on within the Ned Pod universe. So,
yeah, I dig that.
All right, well, my middle school experience. All right, so I went to a private Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade.
Yikes.
Yeah, so
That's a long time.
It was. We had no lockers, so I remember there was a whole episode about lockers, or at least a mini-sode that was about lockers
Yeah,
only.
it already passed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one of the first ones.
I had no idea
locker
what that
locations,
was about.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Even once I got to high school, I only used my locker my freshman and sophomore year, and then my junior and senior year, I didn't touch my locker. I didn't even get a locker senior year. I just skipped
Damn,
it.
that's
I just
commitment.
used my car. Like my car was my locker. So
That's fair. No,
But-
yeah, it's easy to. It's really, honestly, I've always found it easy to not use the locker.
Yeah, like any books I really needed to have, I just more or less kept on me.
Yeah.
Probably was bad for my spine.
I
Yeah,
will
but-
say, yes, in 8th grade, I used my locker as little as possible. That was the 1 year of middle school I had in Florida. So yeah, I always had so much shit in my backpack. Like it was so fucking heavy all the time. But I was like, no, I don't have time to go to my locker.
I hated. I did not like having a locker. In middle school, I had a cubby. I had just like basically.
What?
I had a cubby, which was like this big.
That's like a kindergarten move.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
kindergarten thing for
But
sure.
we kept those forever to where like, because we didn't really leave our classroom. For most of school, it was you were in the same classroom with the same teacher,
Yeah.
except for art and PE, and religion.
Mm-hmm. You had a religion class?
We had a
well,
religion-
You said
Hell
it
yeah,
was Catholic.
Yeah, Catholic school. Oh, in Spanish class. But also, Spanish class, half the time the teacher would just come to our current classroom. Like, we wouldn't get up and go somewhere else. They would come to us. And we just stayed, and we pulled out either from our desk or from our cubby. We'd pull out our textbook for whatever class it was and move on to that. And so, like, a lot of the stuff about, like, finding where your classes are or whatever, it was not applicable because most of our classes were very small. Like,
Yeah.
My 8th grade class was 12 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I had 12 kids in my 8th grade class. And then
That's small as fuck.
it was very small. So
That's
like, we were
smaller than
all-
most classes, like just a class.
Yeah, in general.
Like, and then you'll have like 20 different classes, but one class is like 20 students.
Exactly.
20 different
my
classes.
entire 8th grade was 12 kids. In 6th, 7th, and 8th, though, we did move classrooms a bit more. We were separate from the rest of the school, which was in this big brick building. We had like those portable buildings. You ever like have to deal with the portable
Yeah,
buildings?
of course. Yeah, our high school.
Our
had
high
like
school was-
over. It had like
Yeah.
40 of them.
Yeah,
It was it half portable, you think?
No, well maybe could be
25% at least?
Yeah, 45% portable.
really.
Yeah, they built a wing right after we left, a new wing.
Okay. We had 4, if I remember correctly, 4 portable buildings. 3 of them were all connected to each other, essentially.
That's weird. That's like
And so
That's
8th
bizarre.
grade, 5th grade was in one of the portable buildings, and 6th, 7th, and 8th grade was all in the connected 3. To where during 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, you would get up and you would go to the other classrooms that were either 6th room, 7th rooms, or 8th rooms for science, history, and math. Because the 8th grade teacher taught everyone math. The
huh?
6th grade teacher taught all
What
3
does
of
that
those.
even mean? Like all the years? The
She
8th
taught-
grade teacher teaches the 6th graders math too?
Yeah, the 8th grade teacher taught
Huh?
8th grade math, 7th grade math, and 6th grade math.
How does she do all of this?
Because at the same time,
That's
the 6th
insanity.
grade teacher taught 6th grade history, 7th grade history, and 8th grade history. And 7th grade teacher taught 7th grade biology or whatever, science. Did I say science?
No.
Okay, so the 7th grade teacher taught science for both 7th, 8th, and 6th grade. So we would rotate for those classes, and then the rest of the classes we stayed with our main teacher.
Man.
It was weird, but it's not like we had like, oh, during this time you have to go here. It's like, no, it's like the teacher was like, all right, time for you guys all to go to the other classroom to learn history. So we all got up, we all walked over there, we all sat down. And it was not any like bell ringing. or anything.
So like 3rd graders and 8th graders are taking the same history class?
No. Well, 3rd grade was in the other building. That didn't matter. I'm talking 6th, 7th, and 8th
Oh.
is where we did this.
Okay.
And we didn't all learn at the
That
same
sounds
time.
awful.
It was like 6th grade would get up and go to the 7th grade room. 7th grade would get up, go to the 8th grade room, and 8th grade would get up and go to the 6th grade room. And then we were taught history.
But the same subjects at each time slot.
Yes. Well, no, different subjects at the time slots. So the 6th grade teacher would only teach, or 8th grade would only teach math. So she'd teach her 8th grade class math. 8th grade class would leave. 7th grade would come in. She'd teach 7th grade math to them. They would leave. 6th grade would come in. She would teach 6th grade math to them. And they'd go back to their 6th grade teacher, who would then finish out the day with whatever class she was teaching them, like English or whatever.
That's mind blowing.
Man.
Yeah, so that was my whole experience. So, like, I love Ned's Declassified because I was like, man, this is cool. Also, not much dating happened since it was, like, so few of us.
I didn't date a single person in middle school.
Yeah, like, no one really asked anyone
neither
out.
did I.
We had...
I got kissed on the cheek by a chick in middle school.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. It was hot.
My 8th grade year, I think, was the only year we ever had a dance. And I think the 7th graders were actually allowed to come, but we didn't have the dance when I was in 7th grade, if I remember
I
correctly.
only had an 8th grade dance.
So...
But this is the episode about crushes, so let's not get ahead of
There was
ourselves.
crushes, definitely, that I had, but, like, they never went anywhere. Because it was a private Catholic school, and I think I was related to a few people in my classroom.
Classic
So-
date city.
All the hot ones, at least.
To be fair, the one that I had the biggest crush on, I think in 8th grade, did end up marrying her cousin. And they had the same last name.
Oh, that's the person you told us about before.
Yeah.
Big yikes.
This was much later on in life. But regardless, I come from a very small, weird town.
Well, that sounds like a bizarre middle school experience.
Yeah.
It was. But I love Ned's Declassified because I was like, wow, is this kind of what high school is going to be like? And the answer was, eh.
I would say no because it's not high school, it's middle school.
Yeah, but it was the closest thing I had to the Ned's Declassified experience was high school, which was the lockers and the classes
Yeah, I feel
and
you with that aspect.
the
of it.
crushes and the dances and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just the actual dynamics of a, like, not tiny ass little weird school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of a public school.
Public school, because my parents were like, nope, see ya, go to the Wolves now.
You're not a public boy.
Yeah, now I'm in public. Yeah, I was in public school at that point.
You still are.
I'm not in school.
Yeah,
I
so
miss
Kirk, where does this episode start out at?
Well, got in a backpack. The huge crew makes a return in this episode.
Yes, they do.
All right. And so they're still hard want Ned. They just want him. And so,
They love him.
yes.
Which
they have
Ned-
crushes on Ned. They have a collective crush on Ned is the situation.
The three of them.
Now for Ned,
if he could work out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
no, you go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh,
I'm just saying that for Ned, I mean, that's not the worst situation in the world to be in.
no, if
right
he
or
could
wrong?
work out.
He's too scared by it, though.
But like, if he could work this out where all three of them share him, that's the dream.
Yeah, but he can't handle that. He
But-
can't handle that heat.
He would eventually, like, his body would adjust.
They're not
To
that
that kind
gross.
You don't know that.
You saying under the hood? You gotta look under the
Oh
hood.
God. Well, he doesn't even know about even the last episode where like they were sharing lipstick in the bathroom and shit.
Yeah, they shared lipstick with half the school, though. To be fair,
So they got herpes and shit.
I don't
they
remember
passed that shit
episode.
around.
Yeah, the fucking huge crew, homie.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so Ned doesn't want that. He doesn't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, and-
Obviously Ned's crush is on Susie Crabgrass. So
Yeah.
he starts rattling off some tips like, you know, how to get your crush to notice you, I guess.
Yes, which the number one, which I think is the best tip, the
Right.
direct approach. Just
Yeah,
walk
that's a good one.
up and be like, "Hey, what's up?" I think that's a very good approach.
The thing is, the first time he tries that on Susie Crabgrass, the only thing he can say is "Kamuga du smupple."
Which, by the way, I don't think anyone's ever fumbled over the words that bad talking to a crush.
You don't know what he was trying to say.
where they physically couldn't speak English anymore. Like,
Yeah, he was rambling nonsense.
That's not even. It's just
That's not how that works.
no, not at all. Did that ever happen to you? I gotta ask.
No, never.
Okay, like,
But I didn't even attempt to talk to.
Yeah,
to talk to
yeah,
girls
like
in middle school.
99%
Fair.
of the time.
Yeah. Almost all the time I was talking to other dudes. But also I want to mention that
Hell yeah.
Mose thinks that Coconut Head is trying to ask her out, so she's hiding the entire episode.
Yeah, she's hiding in trash cans. She dives into Gordy, like pushing a trash can a couple times.
He keeps doing a drive-by, and she just like dives in.
I have a note that says trash can Uber.
Yeah, it definitely is similar.
But so we start building the tension in this episode to there's a dance. The Dances with Wolves is coming up. So the school mascot is not a weasel, actually. It's a wolf.
Yeah, it's a wolf,
wolves.
dude.
Yeah. But the weasel is really the real mascot. Right?
For sure. He's the one that has he's got all the attention.
Which I know you guys said that you've already talked about this, but that's totally a ferret.
Yeah, it's a ferret.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to get that on record.
Though you are going to be rating the
is, in fact,
episode
a
out of
ferret.
10 weasels.
Yeah, that's what our rating scale is.
Oh, okay. I've
Yes.
listened to the episode.
So we find out Cookie is basically he's post-human interaction when it comes to dating because they're all trying to find a date for the the dance. So he's developed some sort of an algorithm. He's basically programmed Tinder, but like it matches him it's supposed to be based on personality traits and stuff.
It's
right?
eHarmony.
Yeah, similar to like Match.com and eHarmony, yeah.
Yeah.
To where it like matches based on personality stuff like you were saying, and then also like preferences and everything.
Hobbies, interests.
Instead of just like purely aesthetic based like Tinder is.
Yeah, and his first match is not to his liking.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
Lisa
was the fir-
Zemo, right?
That's right. Yeah. I think the first one was Lisa.
I didn't see it, but that's what you guys had said.
It was Lisa. It was the girl with the nose thing.
That's right,
Yeah,
because
it's
it goes
Lisa.
Lisa Zima. It says it like 3 times. And I was like, how
And he
did you
doesn't
not
want
hear
it,
that?
but that's some really, really solid foreshadowing.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, it's got some bugs, but I'll fix it. And I'm like, okay, at that point, dude, that's biased.
Yeah, he's being
Well,
biased.
That's biased science.
Yeah, he's delusional. We find this out. Meanwhile,
he wants the supermodel.
his crush is Martika, who I don't
Martika.
know. Maybe that's supposed to be a take on a person in real life.
I think they're
Might
trying
be.
to make her Tyra Banks, is what it seems like.
I could see that.
From this time period, it seems like a Tyra Banks knockoff.
She looks a
I
little bit like
agree.
her, right?
Yeah.
Well, and because she's just supposed to be like a model, and like America's Next Top Model was really big back then.
Is
So,
Tyra
like,
Banks
that's
known
where-
for being like just dumb as a bag of sand?
I don't think
'Cause
so.
this model
I think
is.
she just.
I think that's just
this model is really gullible, apparently,
I think that's just like a generic like
like a model.
oh
thing.
models
Yeah.
like models, cheerleaders, and basically all like in TV it seems like anyone who
Attractive
has
people.
any sort of level of extreme hotness is dumb as a sack of bricks. So
Right. Yeah. You can't have too much going on in your favor.
no, their stats were all in charisma,
Yeah,
0 in
intelligence.
intelligence. Yeah, thank you.
So Ned's talking about how he thinks Susie's a hottie, among other things.
An
Right.
athlete, intelligent.
Right. Yes. And she is all those things. And I think Mose believes that she is also all those things. Right?
Yeah,
Deep down?
that's the classic rivalry.
Mose is
Right.
definitely the better pick in my opinion, but
Damn.
also
Well,
this
we
is
find.
just
I
from
mean,
what I
clearly,
remember back
this
in
is
the
this
day.
is bared out to be true in the next episode for sure. At least
Yeah,
Mose is
for sure.
stable.
Mose is very stable, unlike other people in this episode.
Yeah, so my next note is that one of Cookie's matches on his Tinder machine is Nurse Hunsucker, which is the nurse at the school.
Yeah, so we go through a couple of other instances from what I remember with like people trying to ask other people out.
Yeah.
Like Backpack Kid tries to ask.
Yeah, he goes through a couple of different approaches. He's like the simple hello, the just ask.
Yes.
Moses is just the avoid.
The avoid. The simple hello was funny
And
though.
we
I
find
liked,
out
because he
yeah.
was running throughout the school trying to like
Well,
make sure he was in front
hello
of
doesn't really
Susie.
work.
Like it doesn't.
Yeah, because every time he does it, she's just like, whoa, I'm seeing you everywhere, but she doesn't give a fuck.
She doesn't put doesn't put it together that he's trying to initiate a conversation.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think he's trying to initiate a conversation. I think he's just trying to make her
I think he is.
think
He's
about
trying to be
him a lot.
noticed. He's trying to be noticed.
He's
and
trying to
then
be
get the thing
noticed, but
going.
I don't think being noticed and initiating a conversation, I think those are separate goals.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think he wants a conversation when he's saying what's up?
I'm sure he would like a conversation, but
Usually
I don't think
when I say that, I want to talk.
I don't think that's his goal. I think his goal is
What's
simply
up?
to put himself into her mind.
Interesting.
Yeah,
But
it
also-
matches him with the nurse.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I think Ned asks him, "What are your hobbies?" or something like that. Like,
Yeah, based on hobbies. Yeah, he was like, okay, I've added hobbies and interests to my algorithm.
Yeah.
he's
and
into
then the
nurse
al-
shit.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Hunsucker.
Yeah, weird name.
That.
I don't think they said it before when they did the bathroom episode, did they?
No, this is the first time we hear a name. I think for sure.
But it's definitely the first time we've seen it spelled out.
Yeah, nurse.
Hunsucker.
And they also, I don't know how if I'm skipping anything, but they also end up doing a thing where Mr. Monroe is like, hey, if you guys want to come decorate for the dance, you can skip your next period, and everybody comes running.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that's
so,
the next
like,
thing that happens.
Yeah, Ned is trying to figure out, like, he's like, okay, I just got to have a mutual thing where we're, like, together a bunch and
Or we're chilling.
or whatever. And then that just comes out of nowhere where the teacher's like, hey, come decorate for
It always
the
does,
dance.
man. That's Ned's Declassified. It's fast paced. It keeps you going.
I like that.
We find out though that Mose does confirm to Ned that she believes that Susie is interested in him. I don't know why she thinks that, but she does think that because she's a girl and she knows those sort of things. Apparently, they know everything she says.
I feel like those moments where Mose was coming up and going like, so she's into you, was more questionary than anything. I feel like she was walking up to Ned going,
Interesting.
like
asking.
asking him, so she's into you with a question mark at the
You
end
think
of that.
so?
See,
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
what-
that
what do
she
you
was
think?
saying it like matter of factly because she knows she can tell based on the way Susie's acting that Susie's.
That's
into
what I
Ned.
thought.
I think that's
See,
what
I
you're
thought
meant
it
to
was
think.
the other way.
I agree with Kirk on this one.
That's fine, but my thought on it was, so she's into you, because of how Ned also answered that, was like, well, I'm not sure. Based on the fact that he answered it as a question and not so much as like, how do you know? Like, if
Big
he was like,
maybe.
how do you know, or something along those lines, I would be 100% behind you guys. But the fact that he was answering that as a question,
Well, in order to get to the bottom of this conundrum, we will call upon the Ned heads out in the audience to start DMing again, like we've asked before. Devin works harder on Instagram in order to get him on the pod to be able to answer these types of questions.
Get his take on what was intended by the script.
Yeah, you've been missing it, Trevor, but in the last couple of episodes, we've been asking the audience to DM the three main characters on Instagram to
Devin
be able to get them on the
Werkheiser,
pod.
Lindsay Shaw, and Daniel Curtis Lee.
I love
dude.
that. That's a great idea.
We're calling upon all Ned heads.
Do it, Netheads. I want to see this happen. I probably won't be
That's
on
what
the
our audience
episode,
is called
but I
now.
want to see this happen.
The Ned heads.
But yeah, so like you were saying, Mr. Monroe, he is the man. He's in charge. He does fucking everything at this school. He does every goddamn
course, man.
extracurricular activity, man. He's the basketball coach.
Yeah,
he's the sewing like knitting class like coach. He's the health
He
teacher.
does not fucking sleep.
He
There are
doesn't
some
sleep.
there were teachers like that who were just like, they
That
legitimately
did that many things.
That's
they
because there were 6
legitimately
teachers in your
care-
school.
Yeah, you had a single teacher teaching everything.
To be fair, we had like no extracurricular activities except for basic sports, which had none of our teachers as coaches.
They called it sports. I'm on the sports team.
No, we had golf and
I'm a
I played-
sports player.
We had golf and basketball. We didn't have a football team. We had.
Well, I don't think this middle school
God,
has a
I don't
football
know what
team
else
either.
we
They have a
had. 'Cause
basketball
all I
team.
played was golf and basketball.
I actually had a extracurricular note that I wrote down earlier. That was a thought that I had, and it was just how I appreciate that they focus, like they make the jock a basketball player and not a football player. I feel like that's
Yeah,
nice.
that is kind of nice. I don't think ever in the school really comes up that they even have. I don't think they have a football team.
I don't think they do either. They never talk about it they haven't talked about it so far for sure.
They have a basketball team, a volleyball team,
Yeah.
Apparently track, but that never comes back after Mose tries out for it.
Yeah, I don't know. They have cheerleaders.
I mean, if none
those
of
are
them
the big two.
if none of them are involved in it, then what does it matter to
Yeah,
show it?
the big two is basketball and volleyball.
Interesting that they don't show a football team.
No, never.
In my
Also,
opinion,
They
basketball
rarely
is a
go
cooler
outside.
sport. I know you're both probably football guys, right?
I mean, I like watching college football. I don't know stats or anything like that, but I like watching.
I'm a football fan. Big fan of stats.
Yeah.
Not a stat guy. I like hockey though. Like recently, hockey's a fun sport to watch.
Hockey is a good time.
But no, yeah, I like football. I don't watch basketball or golf, but those were the two sports that I played the most.
Basketball is damn fun to watch, though. Like,
Basketball's pretty
live.
fun to play too.
Well,
It is fun
I'm
to
really
play.
dog shit at basketball.
Sure, of course,
so I
I'm
can't
bad
really
at
say
basketball too, but like it's easier to just you can like dick around and play basketball, but like you can't really do that with football. I
that.
feel
Yeah, you
like,
can.
right?
You just toss the football.
Yeah.
It's easier to just play basketball though.
Not
if you have a
true.
court.
False.
If you have baskets,
A
that's
lot
the
of my
caveat there,
recess
if you
in
need
middle
baskets.
school was playing football.
Yeah, all you need for football is literally the ball. For basketball, you gotta have the hoop and the ball.
Yeah, man.
We did
I
play
don't know.
basketball some.
I have a better understanding of the rules of basketball, I guess. Or you could play horse.
Yeah,
Horse
you can
is
play
fun.
horse.
Only reason I was on the basketball team in middle school was because I was literally the tallest kid in the entire school.
You're a tall man.
I was tall, but also since it was such a small school, I was literally the tallest. The second tallest kid was a grade below me, and he was terrible.
What a fucking nerd.
He went in to replace me during a game one time when I was in middle school, and we were losing because we lost every game. But we were losing pretty bad already. My coach was like, "All right, Trevor, take a break," because I was dying because I'd been playing the whole game. He's like, and he put the other guy in. And the moment he got in, they scored 3 more baskets. And my coach was like, "All right, Trevor, you got to go back in. We're already losing, but we can't lose this bad. Like, you got to do something." And I'm like,
You're drenched in
"Okay."
sweat on the ground trying to catch your breath.
Yeah, and I'm like, "All right." Got myself
They
up.
pour a
went back
bucket of
out
water
there.
on you.
Your poor coach.
I know. It was actually... I'm trying to think. It might have been the same coach as the golf coach. And golf,
Could've been.
I was good. I was the second best on the golf team in middle school. High school, I was one of the worst, but...
Anyway, Ned and
Sorry.
Susie both end up on the committee. Well, Ned sees Susie signs up to, help decorate for the dance, and then Ned is like, "That's a good opportunity." That's how I was describing this scenario earlier, where we both have an extended period of time to just be with each other. This is perfect.
Yeah.
And so they do
And
that.
Has Cookie
Yeah.
matched with the Husky yet?
I think that happened once, but it happens like 3 times throughout the episode.
Yeah, it happens a million times.
It does, but I was
He
just
matches with a Siberian Husky.
He wants something that's going to love him unconditionally and defend him till the death, and that's a husky.
and very loyal.
Exactly.
I feels like he was asking for it.
He was.
He was.
And the robot, the robot he built knew.
Exactly. So what else happens this episode? Is there much else? The last
so
note
Su-
I have
so-
is
so-
that he matches with a dog.
Yeah, the last note I have is bias science.
Yeah, there's a couple things that happen. I'll fly through my notes real quick. So
All right.
Claire Sawyer gives Ned her 750-page affidavit. "Do you like me?" note that
Right.
Ned
Oh,
wants to
right.
sneak into Susie Crabgrass's locker. So Gordy breaks into her locker for Ned to put this shit in there. So they jam it in there. I guess basically they end up, because it's so many pages. It's 750 fucking pages. That's like,
That's a lot of pages.
That is a lot of
That's-
pages.
how long is Game of Thrones? But is like one Game of Thrones book.
Usually around 900 to 1,000 pages.
So that
Okay.
that stack of papers was not 700 pages.
No.
It's got to be more, right?
Yeah, way more.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm glad I asked. Then. So they
So
put
I'm
that in
looking
there.
at some of his Game of Thrones books over there.
What
and
happens?
I'm like,
Yeah.
No
so
way.
what happens? I don't know if we said what happens earlier when Ned and Susie are volunteering for the thing. She gets all fucked up. She gets blasted with whipped cream like shit.
It's glue.
And glue. She gets glue on her.
It
Yeah.
looked-
Even
it looked
worse.
like whipped cream.
It was 100 because they were gluing like stuff down onto poster boards.
They weren't using whipped cream for anything?
No, and he was trying to like squeeze the glue bottle, and somehow he managed to squeeze it tight enough that it exploded all over her.
Yeah, he jerked it too hard.
Yeah. He came on her.
and he blasted off. And that happens 2 times in the so this happens, and then later on Mose gets some white milkshake all over her, and she's hiding in the trash can because someone throws the milkshake and it goes all over.
Susie does.
Susie does. Yeah,
Susie throws. So towards the end of this
How poetic.
mini-sode, we find out that like after all this has happened and Susie got hit. Did we talk about Susie getting hit in the back of the head with the affidavit yet?
She gets destroyed.
She goes to her locker.
She gets left hanging there in the
Yes.
prom not prom, but the dance when she's trying to hang something up.
Oh, that was her.
Yeah, that was her.
That's funny.
He takes the ladder away, which
Yeah.
is one of the many times when Mose asks Ned, so she likes you. Which I still think is a question.
Interesting. We'll have to ask Devin.
Yeah. He'll know.
Yeah, for sure. And then
So we find
towards
out
the end
that we find out Coconut Head was all the time being some sort of a bizarre courier for Seth, because Seth apparently wanted to ask Mose out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
But
doesn't make any sense if you guys have seen the last episode
makes
or
no
one of the
sense
last
fucking
episodes
at
that we
all.
did, where
And it
they
makes
were
no
project
sense that
partners.
he would be intimidated by her either.
No, it doesn't make any sense. They've already hung out. They've already been project partners. He's ditched her already. It makes literally no sense.
She sits in the not cool table, and he knows that and makes a point of it.
He does know that.
Maybe he doesn't care anymore.
He always cares. He's Seth.
So yeah, that's weird. And then basically Seth is like asking Coconut Head, so did she say yes? And then Coconut Head has been talking to Ned, and they're like, and then we see Susie come up out of the whatever, all covered in, I think she's got a neck brace on or some shit. She gets fucked up.
She has bandages around her head for sure.
Yeah, because she got nailed by the locker because it was too full of stuff. So when she went to open it, it exploded onto her.
Yes.
And then Seth is like, would you go to prom with me? And he asked her that.
Well, he didn't mean to ask her that.
He says it from across the hallway.
He was trying to be like, I should have taken the direct approach with Mose and gone.
That's right.
Will you go to the dance with me? And Susie is like right there and goes, yeah, totally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, please.
But that's pretty much the mini-sode, right?
Sets us right up for the next one. Yep.
So, Trevor, what do you rate the mini-sode out of 10 weasels?
Oh, we're rating the mini-sodes.
Yeah, we rate them piece by piece.
Oh, okay. Out of 10 weasels?
Out of 10 weasels.
Out of 10 weasels. I'll give this a solid 8.
8 weasels out of 10.
8 out of 10. I enjoyed this. This
that's
might have been because it's my first Ned's episode in a long time.
That's the highest rating we've had so far.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
By a
Oh,
lot.
really? Whoops. Whoa, what are you guys
you're
rating
good.
these things?
I'm gonna
been
give
harsh, I
it I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 weasels.
That's fair. I could see that. I'm going to go
Yeah.
6.8. Maybe a weird number.
6.8.
Yeah.
Is this normal for you guys to go the 0.8s?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm setting a new precedent just like you have.
6.8. All right, what does that round out to? You guys do the math in the comment section.
I thought you were talking to me for a second.
No.
And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
But yeah, no, it was a decent episode and leads perfectly into the next one.
Absolutely.
The next episode is like a fever dream. Like it all happens so fast.
It does.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
wild.
It seemed like a lot more happened in the second mini-sode than the first one, right?
You think so? I feel like less happened. It all happened so quickly. They're like there wasn't that many actions.
There was less dialogue in it.
Yeah.
There was a lot
Right?
less dialogue. It was a lot more, I hate this, Drake and Josh-ish.
You think so?
With a lot of, like,
I
repeated actions and
disagree.
dead silent, like, in comedic moments.
I disagree 100%. I don't think any of it's like Drake and Josh at all.
We were trying to
Start-
talk about the distinction between the two shows earlier, and I feel like the big thing with Drake and Josh is they hold on.
They're completely different writing teams.
Yes, but they hold on like comedic moments for way too long. And I feel like on this there was a lot more of held comedic moments.
Interesting.
No? Maybe not?
I don't think so, but
It's a different type of humor.
it all
know?
happens so fast, like nothing is long. Like
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about with that. There's nothing goes on for too long.
with the mini-sode being like 10 minutes long max. Like
True,
it's
but like
just
some of the dance
In fact,
moments I felt like were Like,
Yeah.
and like a lot of the repeated jokes of like,
Well, that's
how
dance
quickly-
sequences. Dance sequences always suck. What are you gonna do?
But they're like 2 seconds long.
I guess so.
There was a part.
Okay.
There was a part in one of the. It was like I think the first episode or one of the first episodes, and it's like Moses' locker gets all messed up, and it like falls apart for like 10 seconds,
That
And
was funny.
and it feels for an eternity because it's like so out of the. It's so different from all the other cuts, and that's why it's funny.
Is that when she gets the wooden locker door?
That's
Yes.
at the end of the episode.
Okay, because I noticed that and I was like, oh, I feel like that was an episode
Yeah.
when that happened because I hadn't seen that in so long. So I was like, I remember vaguely her having a wooden locker door now.
Yeah, she builds one for herself at the end of that episode.
Yeah.
Not
Another note I
60%.
have is so basically Ned. We start off on the red carpet. It's the dance. Ned is like
Yes.
calling people out. He's like, "Look at backpack kid over there. He's got his evening backpack. He's just wearing a fucking red polo. He's got a black backpack.
He dresses like Ross going to a dance.
He looks fine. Yeah.
His black backpack looks like something you'd find on Amazon if you looked for a tactical bug out bag.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
also Ned has like a dope microphone that he's using
Yeah.
And it has a big N on it
for Ned.
for Ned.
For Ned. We also see Cookie. He gets called out. He gets shat on for like wearing a tuxedo without having been a date, and it's like he looks fine. I don't know why they're making fun of him. It
Yeah,
doesn't look
he looks like
ridiculous.
he's going to a dance.
Yeah, he
he's wearing a
looks-
tuxedo.
He looks
Yeah.
fly. I think most people probably at a middle school dance aren't wearing tuxedos, so maybe
No,
that's
no
why.
one is. That's the thing.
No, not at all. Like,
Maybe a couple people are wearing like tuxedo shirts,
That's a move.
like Trevor type people.
God, what did I even wear to
He
my
got you.
middle school dance? I don't even remember. I think I was not in my uniform because we had uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
I was not in my uniform. What was I in? I might have worn a tie, and I
a,
might have worn
a robe and a
jacket of
tie
some
with
sort.
nothing else.
Yeah, just a tie. No, just naked with a tie on.
Cock and balls out.
100%. Yep. At a
Wrapped
Catholic
up
school.
in the tie, like tight though.
Yes, I made
It's
a
purple on the end of it.
A
'cause it's too tight.
CBT tie. thing.
I made a banana hammock out of my tie.
Damn.
So the weasel's back in this episode,
The
Yes.
Weasel and the Gordy storyline continues.
and this is a good one for that.
Yes, it is. They have a dynamic throughout the episode of Gordy
Akin
trying to
it- yeah,
capture him.
It's akin to the chicken versus Peter Griffin.
Yeah, similar.
dynamic.
This was before, maybe
Right?
not. I don't know
think-
when
I
the
think
original.
I think it might have been before that.
You think so?
I don't know. It might have been concurrent, I suppose.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
In Family Guy, when Peter
I don't watch Family
fights
Guy.
the
I don't
chicken
watch it
at
either,
the
but I
end
know
of
that he fights the chicken like a bunch of times.
the- Yeah, you never seen that?
Nope. Not
Really?
at all.
Wow.
I don't watch a lot of those
That's
shows.
surprising.
I
I've
don't.
watched
I don't
all
like
of-
Family Guy very much, so I'm with you.
No, I've never really watched Family Guy, American Dad,
It has its place.
Simpsons.
American Dad's good. I've never watched The Simpsons.
very little of South Park, and I watched all.
South Park's very good.
I've watched all of Futurama though.
Wow, that's shocking because like that's one of them that's more fringe. Most people haven't seen all of Futurama.
Futurama
It's pretty
is great.
popular, man.
That's
I
what I
never.
hear.
I never really got into it either, though. But anyway, Seth is dressed in his tracksuit, his classic green and gold tracksuit. You know, repping the
Yes.
school Wolves colors. And Susie's like, "What are you doing wearing a tracksuit?" Ah! And this is
Also,
the first
he
time.
didn't meet her in the parking lot for the
Right, yeah.
to walk in together, which is kind of fucked up.
It's a baller move.
Yeah.
It's an alpha move. I respect.
She
it.
breaks up with him like 600 times.
This is the first time she says we're through.
Yes,
And so throughout the show, there's
The
a meter
first
that
of
ticks
many.
back and forth. Yeah, taken, not taken, taken, not
We have-
taken.
we have a nice like meter on there for like how taken or how not taken she is, and it only ever goes from one extreme to the other.
It should
We
really
never get a little middle moment.
no.
You
It's
never do
it
get that.
shouldn't be a meter. It should be like a A/B like switch. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
We find out Susie isn't exactly what we would call. What would we say? What were we calling her? Unstable.
She's unstable. Yes.
Unstable at best.
Yeah. So the DJ for the event is of course Mr. Monroe, the man that never sleeps. This man puts his heart and soul into this school.
He loves the school. He is a wolf through and through.
Absolutely.
He probably went there, right?
I think he for sure went there.
More
he
than
went there.
likely.
That was the most proud and happy he's ever been.
Those
peaked
were the
in middle
best
school.
years of his life.
Man, can you imagine that? Middle school is the best years of your life.
Good God, I would be even more depressed than I am now.
Damn, shocking.
So he is the health and science like whatever teacher. He is the knitting school extracurricular club guy. He is the basketball coach for girls and boys basketball. He is the organizer and DJ of the frickin' dance.
And he's the home ec teacher, which is the only thing that actually makes him money out of all those jobs.
Yeah, I guess so. Because all that other stuff is just extra stuff he's doing.
It's just extra shit.
He might be a millionaire on his own, and he's just doing this because he likes helping the kids.
I for sure think that he's not. They're in middle America.
Maybe he's got like a power husband if he is actually
Like rent.
He could have a power husband.
Rent is like $400 at this day and age in middle America. He's chilling. He's making just as much as he needs.
He's got killer purple shades when he's DJing. He's got chains.
He does have chains.
He calls himself a DJ Monroe bot.
He does the wolf ears where you put your hands up to your head.
Oh my God.
That's the school thing, apparently.
Yeah, dude, go Wolves.
Go Wolves.
What was your middle school mascot, Trevor?
I believe we were the Crusaders.
That's kind of fucked up.
Catholic school, man. What do you want from us?
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
If I remember correctly, we were the Crusaders. We didn't really give a shit about our mascot.
We were the Panthers. Go Panthers.
Because we were a private Catholic school. So we didn't
Highlanders. Really... It was just a guy in a kilt with a fucking bagpipe.
That's dope though.
It's kind of
He's got a shillelagh.
A shillelagh?
He went to Dunedin Middle instead of Palm Harbor Middle.
Okay.
In Catskill, we were the Cats.
Shillelagh's a pretty good cantrip.
Just like a house cat?
Like a mountain cat.
Not like a house cat then.
Big and orange. Our
Like
colors were
Garfield.
actually blue and orange, I think, for Catskill, which is kind of crazy.
Interesting. Go Gators.
Yeah.
Chomp chomp.
Chomp chomp.
So the dance develops into girl side, boy side. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do remember that from not a middle school dance, but actually we had a 5th grade dance at the end of elementary school, and it did get split boy side, girl side.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't go to the middle school dance.
It was an
Girls
organic
have
split,
cooties.
though.
Too scared. Yeah, it was organic as fuck.
Yeah, middle school dance definitely did do the girl side, boy side.
Those are
And I'm
girls.
pretty sure I remember in that moment thinking of Ned's Declassified.
You were like, you just heard in your brain like, burn it.
Wow.
You were like,
Wow.
fuck, what do I need to do?
Oh my God. And then I did not have the balls, though, to go out there and be the one to break it up. I was not
Hey,
that guy.
I'm Trevor.
I would love to.
The name's Trevor. What do you want to hang out? I have cows.
Multiple people in my class had cows.
Damn
Thank you very much.
Everybody's got a cow around here, loser.
My cousin Jared.
Damn.
That's
too
when they
real.
push you down.
Who else? Who else had cows? Cousin Jared. My cousin
I don't know
Jared.
if I need to know all the people that had cows. That's the only thing.
I don't remember who else had cows. I think somebody else definitely had cows.
Seth
Anyway.
reappears. He's changed into his evening tracksuit. It's a black tracksuit now.
Yes.
And
Yeah, it doesn't
for
look
some
fancier.
reason-
If anything, it looks less
ca-
fancy.
He called them his best warm-ups,
That's right.
if I remember correctly.
I think
Like
you're right.
I like all people out there, I respect a good tracksuit, but I feel like the green one with the yellow undershirt was a more dope look.
It was.
It's
Thoughts on
definitely a
that, guys?
flyer look.
But
Right? It's more
inarguably.
badass.
the black one is more suit-esque.
No, it isn't. It just isn't. Because it's at the end of the day, it's a tracksuit. So
It
like,
is a tracksuit.
You're not even if you change the color, you're not getting any closer to a suit.
Is Seth a Russian spy?
Well, we haven't looked into that.
Seth might be a
Man,
Russian
Seth is
spy.
an All-American.
I don't know, man.
He's an American man. Kirk, did you notice that it was a real basketball this time?
Yeah, he's not spinning at 100% of the time in an unbelievable way.
But yeah, so like to fill you in, Trevor, one of the first episodes, I think it was the first episode that
Yeah.
Seth was in, it was a CG ball.
It was CG.
It was not a real ball.
He just
Oh
always
my
holding his
God.
hand up next to his head, like with the
Yeah,
but it's like a CG ball on it spinning, because the ball
But
doesn't
now
stop
it's-
spinning the whole episode.
Exactly. Now it's a legitimate ball, which is nice.
But he has to actually keep It's obviously on some sort of
Yeah, there's probably some sort of
Pole.
magic there. But it's good to know that when we were saying to ourselves, like, how did we not catch this when we were younger? It was probably because we just noticed it in these other episodes that it was a real ball, and we never thought about the other one.
I mean, his character's great.
Yeah, he's a great character. It's a ridiculous character.
He's a very ridiculous character.
But basically, the change, the black sweats, warm-ups, whatever you want to call them, that makes Susie go like, okay, he changed for me. I'll take you back. And then so it's back. She's taken. And
Which
that
is a running theme throughout the episode.
Yes.
Exactly.
And then immediately after, he gives her a pudding. Which what dance is serving little
Was it
cups
pudding?
of
I
pudding?
thought it was ice cream.
He
No,
gives her a
'cause she said
pudding? I missed
oh,
that.
maybe it was ice cream. It could have been ice cream, actually.
I missed
Regardless-
that he gave her
regardless-
a
Why would
whole
it be
dessert.
pudding?
I thought it was pudding.
Why would it be pudding?
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
thought-
He's gonna
my first thought
Cosby
was
her.
pudding.
Have some pudding. Pudding.
Pudding pops.
Yeah, but it was the wrong flavor.
It was vanilla, and she's like, I hate vanilla. How dare you?
She's like, you dumb bitch, you know I hate vanilla.
We're finished again.
Which, how would he? You've dated a total of a few hours?
Also, who hates vanilla? I understand if it's not your favorite flavor.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just vanilla.
I
Vanilla's
understand.
fine.
I'm going to say I understand a dislike of chocolate more than I understand a dislike of vanilla.
I agree that when it comes to ice cream, I don't like chocolate ice cream.
Really?
Yeah, which
It's
is
like too much
controversial. Abby's
sometimes.
probably going to edit that out. She loves chocolate
We
ice
can't
cream.
be friends anymore.
The thing is, though, I'd rather have vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup on it rather than chocolate ice cream.
The fuck's wrong with you?
It's just not as good.
No.
It's not my
Kirk,
favorite.
thoughts?
Yeah. I
Which
mean,
one's not
chocolate
your
with,
favorite?
I need chocolate with something. I'll have a chocolate with peanut butter, but I prefer a cookie and cream. I prefer any type of peanut butter. Ice creams are good.
I prefer a mint chocolate chip or a coffee ice cream.
No, hold on.
I like
Blueberry.
a coffee, to be fair.
Blueberry is my favorite. If the blueberry is
Blueberry ice
like
cream?
available, that's what I get. Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
Damn, that's interesting. What about like a nice Moose Tracks ice cream?
I do
That's a
love a
good
good
one.
Moose Tracks with the fudge. But
And
also,
the peanut butter cups?
Publix does.
And
An
you think?
amazing Moose
Hold on.
Tracks.
You know the thing with Moose Tracks, the ice cream, the actual pure ice cream is vanilla ice cream. And
Yes, it
chocolate
is. But
elements
what
are
I'm about
added
to
the
say
vanilla ice
is-
cream.
You can get chocolate Moose Tracks, though.
That's what I was about to
That
say.
sounds
I
awful.
like the chocolate Moose Tracks.
No, chocolate Moose Tracks sounds awful.
No, it's delicious because I
Kirk-
like chocolate.
Kirk, thoughts on this? Can we
I
vote
just said
him
the
out?
same thing.
So guys, shout out in the comments. What is your favorite type
Chocolate
of ice
versus
cream?
vanilla. What's your favorite base flavor?
Or in general, what's your favorite type of ice cream? What do you
Sure.
like best? And where do you stand on this side of history?
Like if I go to Dairy Queen, I will a lot of times ask because if you get a Blizzard, you can ask for chocolate ice cream as the base.
Why would you ever do that?
Because I like chocolate.
Chocolate
Kirk,
is too
thought?
loud of a flavor to have as the
No.
base.
No, the ice cream itself, though, doesn't taste as good as just like chocolate syrup on your ice cream.
No.
Yeah, vanilla
Yeah,
ice cream
I
has its
can't
own
believe-
perfect like little, it's got the
The
bean.
vanilla bean is just
Yeah.
a great flavor.
Vanilla. I'm not denying that vanilla is a good flavor, but you're wrong in thinking that chocolate syrup on it is better than chocolate.
No,
Well,
I want like
I mean, agree to
Reese's
disagree.
Pieces or something inside of the ice cream.
Yeah,
Honestly-
if you got that, I mean, I will, like, when I go to
I'm
Dairy
saying-
Queen, I don't always get the chocolate
What's
base.
your go-to McFlurry?
I don't get McFlurries.
Kirk,
Yeah, I
what's your go-to McFlurry?
I don't get McFlurries either, but if I was going to get one, it'd be vanilla with M&Ms.
You're going M&Ms? I
don't know what toppings they do for McFlurries.
I think I would go Reese's. They have a Reese's one, right?
Probably. I get the Reese's Shake a lot at Steak and Shake, but I got to go
Fuck
M&M
yeah.
McFlurry for classic.
I like the
The M&M McFlurries are good.
the chocolate covered cherry shake at Steak and Shake is good.
What about McFlurry, son?
I don't know what toppings.
What
they
about a
even
Frosty,
offer
doggy?
You know-
McFlurries.
Well, Frosty, you only go chocolate
Yeah.
because Frosties should only come chocolate.
Yeah,
Is
Like
that-
I
is
know
that
this
the
is
original
I know this
flavor?
is contradicting my previous statement.
it is.
But Frosties
You sound like a hypocrite.
Frosties traditionally come as chocolate.
It's
That's
like a
the
weird.
traditional
Frosties is
flavor.
like not real ice cream though, so it tastes different.
No, it's not. It's a Frosty. It
Yeah,
tastes
yeah,
different than chocolate ice cream.
You're right.
I will stand by that 100%. Kirk is with it on me.
That's okay. But no, so like my go-to though for like a Blizzard, which is the closest thing to a McFlurry, is Heath Bar.
Heath Bar, man.
Heath Bar. Do they do
Okay.
Heath Bar flurries?
They have one at Steak and
McFlurries?
Shake.
For sure not. Yeah, at Steak and Shake they do, but at McDonald's definitely not.
No.
They don't have Heath bars there.
I love a Heath bar, man.
Dude, they have basic candies at McDonald's.
I guess M&M.
Heath bar, how is that even still being made?
Dude, Heath bars are everywhere.
Who has a Heath?
Let me get a
I
Heath
love
bar.
a Heath bar.
One Heath
You've never
bar,
had a
please.
What's in a Heath bar?
No one's
You've never
ever
had a
said
Heath
that.
bar?
I probably have, but what's in it? Give us a rundown.
Could you
Give the
even
audience
could
a
you even
rundown.
name off the dome what's in a Heath bar?
Yeah,
I couldn't.
I can. It's English toffee covered in chocolate.
That sounds good.
It's
That's all it is?
delicious.
I thought there was more to
Yeah.
it than that.
No, it's English toffee. I mean, there's like a little bit, I think, of nut in the English toffee, but it's English toffee covered in chocolate. What more do you want in life?
Well, at the end of the day, that sounds like I don't believe you. I think there's got to be more in it. It sounds like if for a Heath bar, I'm saying there's some sort of nut in it.
Heathcliff?
Kirk?
I don't know. My next note is huge crew sucks dick. Sucks is underlined.
Okay, so what do you mean by that?
I think that they were just like they were coming on to Ned at the dance, you know, like we were talking about in the last episode, and he
Yeah,
can't
they
handle
did
that.
an overhead
He can't handle that
shot.
much feminine energy just coming at him to dominate him. He's not ready for that.
And then they did the overhead shot of pushing him like back and forth, like as if he's in a mosh pit.
Yes, that's
there
right.
are almonds in a Heath bar, by the way.
So, guys, breaking, there's almonds in a Heath bar.
I
so
did say there was a little bit of nut in there.
Did you?
I did.
You said
We're
there
gonna
might have
run that
been.
back.
I couldn't remember, but there are almond bits in a Heath bar as well as the English
Bits
toffee.
or full almonds?
No, not full almonds.
Full almond is
Definitely
like
not. I've eaten
full
enough
almond
Heath
is like
bars to
too
know
much
there's
to
not-
bite into.
Yeah, it's not like
That's true.
an almond mound.
Those
Or
are
an almond
disgusting.
joy.
Those are disgusting.
I prefer
Almonds-
mounds to almond
Almonds
joy,
are
to be
rock
fair.
hard.
They're not that hard.
They're as hard as
They're a nut.
They're
They're
the
a
hardest
nut.
thing on earth.
Have you ever had
No.
Marcona almonds? Those are good.
A what?
A Marcona almond.
A Marcona?
Never.
almond. Never.
Bookmark that for later.
We will.
So DJ Monroe has announced previously that there's going to be a wolf, a live wolf, is making an appearance at the dance, because I guess that's a
Yeah.
cool thing.
Well, he's trying to hype up the crowd to get everybody in the school
We're
spirit.
getting a
Like,
fucking
guys, we're the
wolf,
wolves.
everybody.
He's like, wolves, bitch. He does the little hand things above his head. And
He's got a
waves them
tattoo of a
around.
wolf on his dick. That's how real
Yeah,
he is.
fuck yeah, dude. He calls his dick Wolfie.
You want to howl at the wolf.
But the wolf had
Fucking
sniffles,
Monroe.
so they didn't bring a wolf. They brought a husky.
Siberian Husky.
What
yeah.
kind of zoo has a Siberian Husky?
They
Yeah,
rented
the
the
people
husky.
were dressed
They had to rent the husky. for
safari
sure.
style. Can we talk about the safari style dress that they had on?
Yes.
They obviously work at the zoo. So
Or some
like,
sort of
yeah,
no, it's some sort of animal rental service.
I guess it's an animal
Yeah, because
rental.
a zoo would not rent you out an animal.
no,
No, but he said he had a friend at the zoo that was gonna get him the wolf.
Like, how much
That's not
money
how that
do you think
works.
it would cost?
do you know how
for
much
me
red
to
tape
rent-
you have to go through to get a wolf out of a zoo?
Yeah, how much do you think it would cost for me to rent a wolf from like Tampa Zoo, like Lowry Park Zoo?
A lot of money.
It would cost some coin, right?
Unless you knew a guy.
I don't think any sort of.
You got to
money
know
would
the
be able
guy
to get
at
me to
the
rent it.
absolute top, and he doesn't even talk to people. He only talks to people like he makes VHS recordings of himself and sends them to people for them to look at. That's how he communicates with people.
Hi, by the way, you're fired now.
That's the best type of recording. VHS.
I love a VHS, man.
Hell yeah, brother.
Like classic. Oh, I can't wait for you to watch.
And so I don't know if we addressed that. So Cookie basically hacks into Martika's driver's GPS. So
She
she's on-
kidnaps Martika.
no.
He does.
Well, she thinks that she's going to a photo shoot, but she ain't.
No, so he kidnaps her.
Yes.
He just misdirects
Yes.
her. It's sleight of hand.
It is more of a misdirection than a kidnapping because he doesn't actually hold her hostage.
She does everything
He doesn't, but
voluntarily.
He does lie to her. A
No.
lot.
Maybe he by omission barely lies. All right.
No, whenever she gets there.
He never says anything.
He says there's cameras
Yeah, he
all over.
does.
She goes, "Where's the cameras?" And he goes, "They're everywhere. You just have to dance with me." And they're just
And technically, he
That's a
was
lie.
right because if it's
Yes.
actor version of Cookie, there were cameras everywhere.
Cookie is
Yeah,
right
but
to
it's
place
not.
up with
This is
cameras,
the character. This is the middle
especially
school
in the
dance
floor. He wants to
character
capture those
version.
outskirts. He's a
And
fucking
also,
dirty man.
technically, he has a camera in his glasses. So
Does
there
he?
are
Oh, he's
Yes,
always
he does.
recording
He has a
everything.
camera in his glasses.
Okay.
Kirk,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know about this, about his magic glasses.
His Google Glass.
He doesn't use
It's
his powers
basically
for
Google
good.
Glass.
He
No, he
uses
never
his
does.
cyborg powers for evil only. His dirty needs.
He
I mean-
uses it for evil, and then he goes to Ned whenever he needs to do something good.
He needs to re-up on tips. He's like, I need tips.
He's like, give me these fucking tips, Ned!
If you had the cyber powers of Cookie, would you use them for good
Yes.
in middle school?
No.
He hasn't developed his moral compass.
No.
He's
that's
a
fine.
young child.
But so yeah, Cookie gets with Martika. The Husky is already it's clear that he's established that he does have I guess probably right. She does have an attachment to Cookie
Yes.
because she is his soulmate.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Husky sees Cookie dancing like around Martika, and she fucking bites Martika's throat out. Martika's dying on the floor, bleeding out.
That Husky kills Martika.
It wants to.
It tries to.
It mauls her.
Even though when they show her, like, exiting the room, like, the Husky's, like, clearly, like, just, like, walking behind her.
Just trotting. Doing a little
Yeah.
trot.
On its like two
Like-
legs, like a puppet.
It's not a but I mean, really, the episode it essentially consists of Susie Crabgrass breaking up with Seth and
Like
Ned
15 times.
Over
trying
and
his
over.
darndest to be able to get with her, and then the B plot of Cookie trying to dance with Martika. There's really not much else.
You nailed it.
Mose
That's
keeps
it.
trying to
It-
get them to dance.
Yes, it's very simple in the way that it's constructed.
Like, there's so little in the episode. It's like, it felt like an instant when it passed, because I was like, what even happened?
Yeah, Mose is just having a good time dancing with friends and trying to get Cookie and Ned to dance just as friends. Just like, let's have some fun. We're in middle school. Who cares?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's too little. It's not enough. It's not enough.
There's not enough intrigue.
substance.
Yes.
There's not enough substance in this episode to be able
I
to
agree.
call it a minisode. Like, there should have been
At
it just
least
didn't feel
another
like
plot.
The stakes were anywhere. There's no stakes. Like,
Well, we
it's
have
just like-
the ferret plot or the
That's
weasel
true. The
plot
Gordy
still.
Ferret plot, which is the real
It's such a
comic.
throwaway plot.
Yeah, it's the comic relief of the episode. He just it's hard to describe. He just he does a bunch of different elaborate sort of things to almost get the ferret. He never gets it, of course.
He also gives up at the end. He has the perfect opportunity to swing in on the weasel.
He's like, I'll let you
and he
live another
chooses
day.
instead to help out his
Everybody
friend
gets one.
Ned
Yeah.
and swings in and steals the basketball from Seth and throws it down the hall. And Susie's like, "Are you leaving me for a basketball?" And Seth's like, "Yep, later."
Yeah, he's like a dog. He chases after
Yeah, he
the
runs
ball.
out of the room.
Absolutely. And then that gives Ned his perfect opportunity to slide in and goes, "Do you want to dance?" And she looks.
Do we want to dance?
And
We're all
unfortunately-
dancing. That's a key part because he establishes this is a group friend dance, not just a personal intimate
True.
dance.
He
which-
does. He definitely does establish it as, which I think was very smart.
Smart, but also dumb.
What do you
No.
mean? I don't think that's dumb at all.
You think
I
that's a
I
permanent
think that was
friend zone
extremely
relegation for the
smart.
rest of his life?
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't
You
think that at
see?
all.
I don't think so
I
either, but
agree.
I think it's interesting and it's valid that you could argue either way.
I think you could argue it either way, but I think that in this situation, it did not seem like a set in stone situation.
No, in that situation, I do agree with his.
I think you're bitter. I think you're,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you're being bitter.
I agree with his statement.
I
of
think you're
going,
being bitter.
This is we're all dancing together because she literally just broke up with someone. That's really shitty to swoop in. But also, if he's been trying to swoop in this whole time, he should have committed.
What
You
I
get
will
what I mean?
say is that Kirk's relationship essentially started with a group dance.
Yeah, it's true.
And he's been in a relationship for like 7 years.
Okay, fair.
So I don't think it necessarily regulates you to a friend zone. I think it's how you play your cards.
That's fair. As someone who has not had a relationship for a while,
All right, here we
I
go.
have no authority on the matter. So
all right, so are we rating?
But that's pretty much the episode. Kirk, we'll start with you since you went last.
I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 6.
6 out of 10. That's fair. Very similar to last episode. Exactly the same. Is that what you did?
I gave a 6.8 last time.
6.8 last time.
Oh yeah, you did 6.8. Yeah, the bizarre rating. Trevor,
7.
you can go 7.
I'm gonna go 7.
Down
It wasn't
from
as
eight.
You
good
went
as
8 and then 7.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first mini-sode, but it was still I had a fun time with it.
Yeah.
It's
I'm-
realistic.
I'm gonna go 5.5.
5.5.
5.5 out of 10
Wow.
weasels. See, the thing is that like I was saying before, I didn't think there was enough going on with it. I didn't think that the things that were happening were extremely interesting.
Yeah.
I liked the setting that it was a dance, but I feel like they could have done more with it.
Yes, I agree with that.
You know, I feel like there's so much room for doing things at a dance because it's such a point of interest and an integral part of your middle school and high school existence.
For me, just
especially high school. Yeah, really me for high school. But it's such a key thing that you think about when it's that season. You think about it the entire week. That's all you think about. So like I just feel like they could have done more with it.
Yeah,
you know?
I'll agree with that.
So that's what I'm gonna go for.
All right.
Yeah. Do you have anything you need to plug, Trevor?
Listen to the Drake and Josh podcast.
Hell yeah, brother.
Me and Jacob do that, and Kirk guest stars fairly often.
It's been a while
actually. It has been a little bit, but also we haven't recorded in a little bit.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
I
of
appreciate
course,
this
man.
was fun.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it was good. I don't have anything else.
So this has been the Ned's Declassified podcast. Thanks for listening, Ned Heads. I've been Jacob.
I've been Kirk.
I've been Trevor.
And go subscribe on iTunes and
Hell yeah.
and Instagram and Twitter, and go shout out those fucking DMs, Ned Heads. Get that shit going.
Yeah, go watch some Ned's Declassified.